Let's go, Taurus. Let's go. Okay. He's like, she's going crazy. Hi.
Hey, I'm Parker.
I'm Trudy. You guys are probably surprised that Ava and Trudy are not reading together this month. Well, Trudy had an injury. Ava and I actually live in two separate cities. I'm going to go into the entire thing. I tried to travel to Ava, and we've had a lot of fog. The bridge was fogged over. I couldn't get through. It's just been tough. And so Ava and I may have to start to do more things independently of one another, but you'll still see us collabing and doing things together, and that allows us to bring in new energy and lovely people such as Parker.
Hey again.
Hey again. So that said, we're going to tell you what we do here at Virtual Tarot, and what we do is a 4-card spread, and Parker will be joining me this month for you, Taurus. So he's getting pretty good at this. This is video number 5.
Yep.
He's got it down, so I'm going to let him tell you what the 4-card spread is.
Okay, so we're going to start off with your basic kind of element for the month, things that are going to start off your month. We're going to move into the obstacles that you might face with the 2nd card. Obstacles you'll overcome, I'm sure. And then the 3rd card, we're going to move into some of the surprises, some of the things that are going to be going on mid-month. And the 4th card, we're going to talk about how everything's going to wrap up and those kind of outcomes for the month.
Wow, he's got it. He's got it down. So I'm excited to read for Taurus because my son is a Taurus. He's upstairs. He's been not feeling too good lately. So let's see what's going on with him. And with all of you lovely Taurians. I love Taurians. Mm-hmm. They're so artistic. They got your back.
They do.
Man, Taurus has, and they're not like change monsters either, which is nice. You know, you can count on a Taurus.
That's very, very true.
Yeah, but don't piss them off because they'll never forgive you. I figured that out about Taurus. You make them mad and that's that. You're done forever and ever. All right, so Parker has shuffled these cards, and all readings are spontaneous, done in the moment.
Absolutely. We're not scripted.
So I am going to pull the first card. It is the Page of Wands in the position of environment. And I'm going to hold this up to camera. This is my fancy schmancy editing technique. You can see the wheels turning over there in Parker's mind. Interesting way to open the month.
And an interesting card for Taurus, too.
Because it's trying to find a new passion.
It is. And it's opening yourself up to things that you probably haven't, maybe you've considered before, but haven't actually thought about going out and doing.
So, and it's a very fresh way. It's like a new energy, like trying to find, well, and I'm going to put this down because, you know, the Page of Wands kind of reminds me, it's kind of like a minor arcana fool card a little bit, like in the upright. Like you go out and you're kind of naive and you kind of go after your passion, whatever it may be, and it's not, do you know what I mean? But
it's kind of like a trial by fire card. Like you know that you want to go someplace else, you're not exactly sure where it is or where it's going to take you, but I think there's a lot of positive energy behind the card though.
Yeah, and there may be a bit of a delay in that even, so because sometimes when
it's in reverse.
Cards are reversed, it's just delayed. It doesn't necessarily mean the fire's out or the new flame hasn't been lit yet almost. What do you think of that?
Yeah, definitely.
Like it's time, you know, soon enough to light a new candle.
Yeah, I think it's a growth card. I think you're moving towards a new beginning with this card.
Yeah, it's a page. And then again, you know, let's talk about wands. Wands are fire, and you are not fire, you are earth. So if this, you know, check your rising, check your moon, because you may have fire. And we find that oftentimes, you know, this might be your rising or your moon sign. So this would be a Leo, a Sag, an Aries, child, younger person who's not quite found what sort of stokes the fires
But the options are open.
Yeah, the options are open. Yep. Okay, so here we're moving into the next. Ooh, look at that.
Oh.
That's a good card.
Definitely good.
Even in the challenge position. Wow. So that makes a lot of sense.
It's another Wands card too, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. 4 of Wands, and this
I'm blind.
is.
That's why I asked. That was a
Yeah.
question.
Oh, I
I
gotta
was
hold
trying
it.
to see it.
I gotta hold it really close to you. Now I know. But this is sometimes, you know, this is building foundations. It's a 4. 4s are always about, you know, trying to like get. It's almost like, well, it's a stability card, of course.
Definitely.
But trying to like, it's like sticking tent poles in the ground. You know what I mean? Or it's like the welcome mat too, like rolling out the welcome mat.
I would say this card is about, this is really about things coming together, unions, forming new friendships, maybe romantic relationships as well. It's strange to have it in the obstacle card though, in the obstacle spot. I would say this is a pretty like confrontational kind of card.
Yeah, and you know, it also, it's kind of like the page, you know, trying to figure out where that initial fire is going to take place. I almost think scholastically, because it's like, you know how schools always have like that flame burning or like the Olympic torch, and it's like, this reminds me of school, like, you know what I mean? Or like a organization or a family. It's like, where am I gonna land?
Mm-hmm.
And then once I get there, this is gonna happen. You know, I'm gonna find my passion.
I would say there's going to be some romance for Taurus this month.
Really?
That's how I would read it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which romance is always an obstacle, I guess. It always comes with them.
That's interesting. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Well, it's like entering passionate. Is that how you see it? Like something that's stable and passionate, like home.
Yeah, I kind of see it as like almost like this is like, if you look at, you guys have already seen the card, but there's 2 people in the center and the 4 of course is all about stability, but it's almost like a wedding if you look at it.
Oh, yeah.
Not that you're going to get married this month, but it could be like a wedding could be almost like a metaphor for 2 people coming together, or a relationship starting out. So that's kind of why I read it that way. And across the 4
I like that.
staffs, there's this wreath that hangs in celebration. So,
and you know, I also see this as falling in love.
Yeah, I see it that way too.
Not necessarily falling in love with a person, but falling in love in a place.
Especially for Taurus, that's very true.
Yes, because they love place.
They do love places.
You guys like to stay in the same field,
and they just love beauty, and they can like appreciate being in places. So
very elegant people. Okay, you ready? Oh my gosh, and look at that. That actually goes right along with it.
Yeah, that does.
Wow, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to hold this up. We have my very favorite card, the 0. I love the Fool. All possible outcomes are in this card, incarnate in this card, right?
I think it's interesting that you mentioned the slow start, because I think the month might start off with kind of the idea that change is on the way, and when you get the Fool popping up in the middle, the surprise, this might be the month for things to really start changing around you. So Taurus, you might catch yourself in the middle of some changes, and that might be what gets the ball rolling.
I love that card, yeah, because that is the beginning of the adventure right there. So, it may start out slow, but then you're going to go on that adventure.
Yeah, it's almost like you're sensing the adventure, and as a Taurus, you're like taking your time and getting ready for it.
Yeah, snorting.
You're not wanting to jump into it.
I can smell it. I can smell it. I'm not sure exactly which pasture I want to land in yet, but I know I'm going to go. And that's the other thing, you know, this card, it promises that you will go. And that you're going to go with this sort of abandonment, which I love.
You're going to be very in the moment with this card.
Yeah, because this card always reminds me of the hitchhiker on the side of the road versus the guy with the BMW. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have a lot of responsibilities. This is your moment. You've divested yourself of a lot of baggage, right?
Yeah, and it's kind of like there are consequences in this card. Like he's surrounded by like this like cliff, and there's water and waves and all this craziness. But he also doesn't have a whole lot to lose, and that's what's really cool about this card is that
Oh
even
yeah.
though there are consequences, this is at the beginning of an adventure. You can kind of round out and get around those, and like there's not really a whole lot stopping you back from starting over and finding a new path.
Yeah, it's
a
kind
pretty
of
cool
like
card.
it's okay to go ahead and for the first time in your life, try something brand new.
Mm-hmm.
Like almost like you see the cliff, so you think of like what modern day, because these images are like from medieval times, so they're hard to relate to. But this would be like the bungee jumper card, right? Where he's like, he's taking a big risk, but that's okay because he's strapped in. He's going to be fine, kind of thing, and he doesn't have a lot of responsibility.
Right.
At this point, which is cool. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Or they're giving up that responsibility that they thought they had. Wow.
Okay, this is why you come to us, because we're psychics.
I think it's almost like the same two cards all over again. I think those are major themes for Taurus this month.
You called it first. Oh my gosh. All right, so you're at a crossroads, which the interesting thing for me is that, when I first learned how to read tarot, I always thought the Lovers was about sex. Like, you're going to have a lot of sex this month. It's going to be great, and you're going to be naked, and it's all going to be great. It's not what it's about. It's really about, you're at a crossroads, and you're making decisions about major relationships. And that could be, like, there are people out there who aren't looking for love, believe it or not.
It may find you this month. You might not have an option.
There's like one or two of you out there. But like this really is speaking very much to finding or making a decision to commit to a soulmate, like major karmic stuff.
And the thing about the Lovers, it's cool. It's about love kind of catching you off guard and maybe it not being perfect and realizing that that's okay for it to not be perfect.
Right. And I love this card because she's looking up at the angel and he's looking at her.
She's like,
so this is
this everything?
Male, female. It's total male, female. But then again, the cool thing about the Lovers is you're making a choice. And the choice, oftentimes we think with the Lovers is about us. Like, who do we want? But really, let me back up on that. I didn't say that correctly. The choice is about us. That's correct. Because our lover is a mirror. It is the mirror that we choose to reflect back to us. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So it is really about how we want to see ourselves, this card.
Yeah.
Which is a big deal.
I think it's going to be a pretty exciting month for Taurus because there's a lot of change and a lot of unexpected things, which that kind of can make Taurus is a little bit edgy, but like it's all really good things that are happening. So this is, I think, going to be a really fun month for Tauruses.
Yeah, and you're going to go into that. Look at these last two major cards at the end of the month.
Yeah, I think this might be a year-shaping kind of month, or at least like the next 6 months.
Yeah, exactly.
There's going to be a lot of things that kind of come out at the end of this month.
Yeah, because you're going to just leap right into this choice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to affect your future, how you see yourself, how you mold yourself, how you create yourself. Because that's what this is about.
Mm-hmm.
Is for where you land. By the end of the month, you're going to, oh gosh, and look at these two. Looking for your passion.
I feel like this is a month that's going to find you, Taurus. You're probably not going to have to look for too many things.
Yeah, you're probably not. So, and I do want to back up a little bit because the Lovers can be, kind of confusing for people who aren't looking for a new relationship. It can also point to falling back in love with the person that you're already with.
Mm-hmm, that's very true. Yeah,
and so we're not saying if you're in a relationship, married, committed, to leave it and go find somebody else. Which is, we're saying playfulness, right? And this attitude of taking a risk and maybe just divesting yourself of all the woulda, coulda, shouldas could re-energize.
Yeah, it could be about falling in love all over again.
Yeah, it definitely could. Or if you're not looking for love and you're not in a relationship, because not every Taurus is going to fall back in love again this month, it could have a lot to do with reevaluation of the male-female.
I don't believe that, but...
Well, I know, I'm with you, because I always go to the love readings, but, I mean, there is this whole evaluation of yin-yang, male-female, even internally, because we're all male and female internally, and sometimes our relationships will really highlight that. Yeah, and this is funny, because I was talking to somebody about this the other day. I
just think Tauruses love to fall in love.
Oh,
they really do.
Okay, he's going for the love thing. And you can see it, but
Trudy's gonna play it safe. I'm gonna say Tauruses love falling in love.
No, just coming from this this new thing, which is like, hey, men versus women. Okay, which is the lovers, really. Male versus female. Within a relationship, how male are you and how female are you?
It depends on the relationship.
The way you approach the world, right?
That's true.
How male are you and how female are you? That's kind of a crossroads that sometimes because male is aggressor and female is receiver. So I'm just going to throw that out there because it's just coming to me. But I do agree. I go for the love. I like the love.
I just think Tauruses are ruled by Venus, and they're a very sensitive sign, and they're always kind of looking for love. Maybe more so than a lot of other signs. So you might get it this month, Taurus.
Yay! Okay, that's it for your reading, and we're going to do a mid-month love reading, which will be a lot of fun.
It'll be a lot of fun. Tune back in.
So, for more higher spiritual counsel on this 4-card spread, click the link below and subscribe to the counsel card. I'm going to have Parker do this next time, all the sound bites. And then, if you would like a private and personal reading, go to avatrudyvirtualtarot.com, purchase your reading, and I'll email you right away, and you can decide if between types of readings. We're going to offer Skype readings this month. Of course, you're going to have to book those because we need you in the room, which
it definitely helps me out if you're there.
And we also offer audio readings if that is something that you prefer. We have done a lot of audio readings, and probably, oh gosh, I don't even want to put a number out there, but hundreds and maybe even over 1,000. Everyone is pleased. Spirit speaks very loudly. Those are great. Mid-month love readings, we already mentioned that. We'll be adding to the channel. Don't miss Ava's Alkaline Kitchen. Get healthy. And you will see those videos posted. Welcome, Parker. Be nice in the comments section. Isn't he great?
Thanks again, guys. Taurus, I hope you guys have a great month this month. And we'll see you in the middle of the month.
Yeah, we will. Okay.